We are being videotaped. We have only 2 items on our agenda. April's meeting minutes, which there was only 2 meetings that we have minutes for. But the key item before us is at the end of every fiscal year, the town needs to make sure they have resources available to balance any overruns going into the end. And generally what happens is the select board holds a vote authorizing the chair and vice chair to sign off on budget transfers, and finance committee does the same thing for our officers to authorize budget transfers up to $10,000 for a period not to exceed July 15th to balance the budget for the various accounts. In the past, we've had none. Last year, I think I reported that we had 3, and basically the requests come through saying we want to transfer from salaries to expenses or expenses to salaries, X number of dollars to cover something, and it gets signed off and the books closed balanced. So I'll entertain a motion to authorize the finance committee officers to do so.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
What is the dollar?
We're capping it at 10.
10, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. I'll make a motion to approve.
Second.
Oh, we got, which person on the corner?
Brian.
Brian.
Brian?
Brian at the end, okay. I heard it from that end, okay. All right.
I'm gonna give it to Kathleen, but.
Any additional discussion? There being none, all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 0, 0. Okay. The other 2 items are meeting minutes. The first was the meeting that we briefly had following sewer and water commissioners on April 4th. Since it was not recorded, the meeting minutes were basically notes from Patrick that were passed along. It had the attendance, it had us opening a meeting about 8:15, having a brief discussion with a couple select board members present and so forth, and then taking no action and adjourning. Basically, the discussion was around what's the next steps with regards to the sewer and water enterprise budgets.
I believe that Commissioners Hasenega and Fasanello did join.
Yeah, they did
towards
pop
the
in,
tail end.
that's right.
So,
yes.
I just
Yeah.
make that note that they
Yep.
were in attendance.
Okay.
At the end, yeah.
Was it Abbott and Hasenega or Fasanello and Hasenega?
Fasanello, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing, yeah,
I didn't think Abbott was there.
John stopped in at one point, too.
okay,
I think we had concluded, though, by the time he did. We'd
Okay.
have to go back and look.
alrighty. Any other amendments to that one? Then I'll entertain a motion to accept as modified.
So moved.
By Susan, do I have a second? Okay, Doug. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, abstained?
Abstain.
Okay, 901, and Brian abstained. The other set of meeting minutes was April 25th. This was everyone in attendance except for Josette and Lucy. Meeting was brought to order, it was videotaped, the link is included, timestamps were on the articles. We moved to reconsider Article 6, and it was so moved, and then we moved for no action. Same with Article 8, which was the other enterprise fund for this year's budget, reconsidered, and then moved for no action. Article 7 was next year's Water Enterprise Fund. There was a brief presentation by Mr. Hasenjager on behalf of the Sewer and Water Commissioners, who voted 3-2 in favor of their budget, but they obviously had not set their rates. Denny introduced a substitute funding motion, which I did make an edit on here. The motion by Denny, seconded by Susan, was to put forward a new budget. It wasn't a new budget, it was to approve the budget with different funding sources, and the funding sources were correctly noted in the minutes, and then they were voted on, 10-1. Doug and I said no, and Brian abstained. Article 9, there was a repeat of a comment from Article 7, which actually did not happen, so I'm scratching that, making the same language adjustments on sewer enterprise funds to approve the budget with the following funding sources. And then we had our discussion about Morningside Drive. Do we cancel that cancel that funding and put it back into the Sewer and Water Commissioner's hands or not? We ended up moving forward, not using those funds, and it passed 12-0-1 with Brian abstaining. Any questions or comments with regards to those minutes? There being none.
Nothing substantive, but just to make note on Article 9.
Yeah.
I think Susan and myself, we clearly stated that we would not be in favor if we pulled the capital request for Morningside Drive. Just,
If we,
we would, yeah.
okay, right, okay. I'll add
Like,
that
we
in.
were pretty adamant about it. Not-
Yep,
I
okay.
mean, it states it enough, but
Yeah, I'll just make a note, and I'll reread it and drop in that comment and get it off to him. So Jeff and Susan. Alrighty. Alrighty. Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved with
By
change.
Susan, seconded by Doug. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, abstained?
Abstain,
Two.
wasn't here.
Yeah, so we have
802.
802, 2, 4, 6, 8, yep, 802. There being nothing else before, actually, there is one other thing before us. Susan, thank you for your service. We know
Thank
you're
you.
stepping down. Hope all goes well.
It's been a pleasure, and I'll miss all of you.
What are you doing?
The process.
you can come and watch.
Taking home personal issues, yes. And Ally is investigating to see if she needs to drop out or not. I think she's leaning towards dropping out just because of the workload of the Sewer and Water of the Select Board. But we will have opportunities to talk to her again, because she'll be visiting us.
And congratulations to
And
Jeff.
congratulations, Jeff, yes.
You're staying.
And yours.
That's my plan right now.
Yes. Any other questions, comments?
Question, when would the fall meetings kick off?
Usually the last week of August is the reorganization meeting and the presentation of what's going to be coming before us. And then it's the Thursday after Labor Day, and then Monday, Thursday until
Till it's completed.
it's completed, which is usually the first or second week of October. And town meeting, if they continue with the indoor, will probably be moving back to Monday night, the third Monday of October. Okay. If that's the way they decide to go.
Hopefully.
If there's nothing else, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn
So moved.
by Denny. and-
I've just mentioned, so I'm sure you're all aware that the ARPA discussion is taking place
Yeah, yeah.
at 7:30.
That's
Yes,
right.
that's why we're adjourning, so we can get that.
Want to let you
Be
know.
there
Yeah.
and be square.
Yeah,
Somebody didn't know.
Yeah.
all right.
I'll
All in
second that.
favor? Aye. Opposed, abstained? Thank you. We stand adjourned,
All right.
10:00.